Hey guys, how's it going? BCHD here and welcome back to another FIFA 19 career mode video, and today we're back with the Saving Fulham career mode on FIFA 19. Today we're about halfway through the season. We're up to episode number 5 and we're going to be seeing the January transfer window unfold. We've got some massive games against the likes of Manchester United to start off this episode. We've got a game against Arsenal away from home as well, and against Wolves, who are the top spot in the Premier League at the moment. So blockbuster clashes in this episode, plus the January transfer window. So we've got a lot of things to get through this episode. We're starting off with this trip up to Manchester, to Old Trafford, and Sergio Rico, the Spaniard, making himself look big, doing a big save there for us in the opening few minutes. But Paul Pogba smashes that one home into the left-hand corner, off the post and into the goal from the Frenchman. The World Cup winner Rashford threaded it through to him, and on his left foot he lashed it home to get Manchester United the lead here. We're already on the back foot here at Old Trafford as Martial causing us some trouble down this left hand side. He crosses the ball in. It's Paul Pogba there again, but Sergio Rico, thankfully for him, kept it out and didn't make it go to 2-0. As we continue on, McTominay gives it off to Martial down on the left. He crosses it in, and it's that man again, Paul Pogba. The French connection there between Martial and Pogba got them the second, and we find ourselves 2-0 down at Old Trafford. We continue on in the 80th minute, trying to get a consolation goal, trying to get a goal back into this game, and Mitrovic takes a shot, but nothing comes of it, and it was pretty much all of our opportunities this game. We didn't have many clear-cut opportunities as Sanchez finds himself one-on-one with Rico. He does really well to save it, but Sanchez gets the rebound and slots it away. We couldn't clear it off the line, and the Chilean Alexis Sanchez, if only he could do that in real life for Manchester United, scores a goal to make it 3-0 to United, and we face our first loss of the episode. We're starting off with a loss. However, we got a big chance to bounce back against West Ham at home here at Craven Cottage. We got a pretty strong starting 11 to face the Hammers here after that Manchester United defeat, which we didn't want, but of course we always know Old Trafford is a tough place to go to, as Gary Cahill got us underway there in the 24th minute, but Antonio got the equaliser for the Hammers away from home. A bit of a London derby here as well, so a lot on the line. We need the 3 points in order to bounce back, and the Scottish midfielder, gets us the second in the 64th minute, and we end up holding on to get the 2-1 victory against the Hammers, and that is 3 points in the bag, and as successfully bouncing back from that Manchester United defeat. We were just outclassed by the better side, but we've got another home game, this time against Leicester City. Seri is back in the starting lineup. Chambers is making his debut in midfield. It's Vieto and Martinez up top, Sessegnon and Schürrle out on the wings, of course, Mawson and Pavard, the centre-back partnership, but it's the Venezuelan, our marquee signing, Martinez, with a double in the first half and in the second half, getting his goals, and that gets another 3 points for us. But as you can see there, Wolves are still on top. We've got an away game against Newcastle that we're going to simulate as well up at St. James's Park. A long journey for us, and we end up getting the 1-0 defeat. Hosselu getting the only goal of the match. But this is the big game I was talking about. Wolves still on top here with 40 points. We're right behind them with 35. Spurs is in third with 35 as well. So the title race is heating up. Can Wolves continue on and be in first place? If they go and defeat us, we're going to have to see. As you can see, the league table right there, Manchester United in 5th, the team we just lost to at the start of the episode. But this, you know, it doesn't, in real life, on paper, it's a relegation battle. But in this FIFA 19 career mode save, it's a battle between first and second. It's absolutely crazy. We've got one of our strongest starting 11s out. Valverde is going to make his start in the midfield. Otherwise, the top 4 is pretty much unchanged in our team, as Martinez is going to get us kicked off underway here at Craven Cottage. But we're in front of the home fans. We want to put a good display on for them, and Mitrovic nearly got us underway in a perfect start there. The Serbian making Rui Patricio think about it there. As we continue on, Martinez puts a lovely over-the-top through ball into Sessegnon. The Wolves defender touches it, gives it off to Mitrovic, and what a turn from the Serbian. What a strike from the Serbian as well. The finesse shot pays off well, back against the wall, but Alexander Mitrovic gets us the opening goal here in the 28th minute. the main man for us this season, has absolutely smashed that one home past the Portuguese goalkeeper, Rui Patricio. He turns the defender and he takes a strike, not even looking at the goal, just strokes it and hopes it goes in, and that is a beautiful strike. Took a little deflection off the Wolves player as well. Rui Patricio did not move for that one. That's the Serbians' 4th goal in the Premier League. King Mitrovic, as Wolves are on this attack here, they cross it into the middle. It's Jimenez having a header on goal, but that man, Sergio Rico, showing why he's been one of our best players this season, making a great save there on the Mexican. But we continue on, and Wolves get another chance, and that is caught by Sergio Rico. But another chance for Wolves there. And that man Rico again saving us right at the death. But we continue on, wanting to kill off the game. We need to get the 2nd goal in order to get the 3 points. Martinez gets a chance, but just puts it wide. But it wouldn't matter in the end, as we go ahead, picking up the 3 points against league leaders Wolves. And we close the gap to only 2 points. It was 5 at the beginning of this episode. And we face Huddersfield at home. So another back-to-back home matches. And Vieto Martinez got on the score sheet, as Mounier got Huddersfield the early goal there, but we ended up fighting back. But the January transfer window is open, and that means one thing: making signings. And we end up completing a signing, Morgan Gibbs-White from Wolverhampton, who we just beat, who are in 1st place in the Premier League. We ended up picking him up for 1.2 million. His value ended up increasing to 1.9. He's a 69 rated English midfielder. Morgan Gibbs-White has got a lot of potential on FIFA 19 career mode. We ended up signing him in the first few episodes, but it was after the transfer window. So now he's joined us in January, and we're also going to make another big signing in this episode right after this huge match at the Emirates against Arsenal, another London derby, and we head up to North London, hoping to get a good result here against the Gunners, as our last away trip against the big side, Manchester United, didn't end too well. So hopefully we can continue on in this episode, as we're somehow in 1st place. I have no idea how we're in 1st place in this career mode, but we somehow are. But Arsenal get a corner here in the opening minutes. It's Henrik Mkhitaryan giving it off into the middle. Sessegnon blocks. He can't clear it. It's back to Arsenal. Shokdan Mustafi gives it off to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan finds Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he was in an abundance of space, ready to slot the ball home. And the man from Gabon finds the opener for the Gunners here. And as you can see in the replays, our defender is just standing there, allowing Aubameyang to be onside. And it allowed Aubameyang to get a clinical strike away as we try to find the equaliser here. Sessegnon crosses the ball into the middle. We get the head to it. It comes 2-0, but Gibbs-White on his first start heads it into that man Mitrovic, the Serbian target man, on fire for us yet again, getting us the equaliser minutes later after we conceded the opener. It was a poor clearance from Arsenal. Gibbs-White headed it into the mixer, and guess who was there? Right place, right time. It's that man Alexander Mitrovic, and it's another shot. He's not even looking at the goal. He just hit it and hoped that it would go in, and it ends up trickling into the bottom right hand corner. Bernd Leno couldn't do much about it, but Valverde gives it off to our player, and Sessegnon tries to fire it in, but we couldn't get the second, as we were dominating at that point. We continue on, Arsenal trying to get back into this game. Ramsey gives it off to Xhaka, and he just fires wide as we continue on into the second half. Mitrovic lays it off to Sessegnon. It's a 1-2 between the pair. Andre Schürrle, the former Arsenal man, the former Chelsea man, sorry, gets a shot away, but it's off target as Gibbs-White on his debut gives it off to Sessegnon. A little 1-2 between the pair. We continue on. Valverde crosses it in, and it's that man Mitrovic, fires over the bar. How did he miss that one? He got a bit too excited there, and he fired over, but we continue on. It's Andre Schürrle, the German. He's trying to get past these Arsenal defenders as Sessegnon can try to put the ball through. He finds Schürrle again. It's a finesse shot from outside the box, and Andre Schürrle, the former Chelsea man who scored against them in that famous 6-0 victory at Stamford Bridge, comes back to haunt them yet again here at the Emirates. It's 2-1 to Fulham in the 65th minute. He runs straight to the travelling Fulham fans. It was a short journey, but a meaningful one in the end, as we take the lead here at the Emirates, shocking the Arsenal fans here. And Andre Schürrle, he still got it. That right-footed finesse shot gets past his fellow countryman, Bernd Leno, and he gets a 2-1 lead for us here. As you can see there, Claudio Ranieri is very pleased with that, as Jordan Seri making a rampant run in the midfield here. Mitrovic lays it off to Sessegnon. He's making a beautiful run down this left-hand side, and that is the third for us. Ryan Sessegnon, our man, our Wonderkid, who's been on fire this season down that left-hand side in the midfield. Ryan Sessegnon goes from strength to strength in the Premier League, and he's gotten a goal here against Arsenal to make it 3-1, well and truly securing the 3 points for us in this massive London derby away at the Emirates. What a game, what a goal from Ryan Sessegnon, and that is our third, of course. In the last 10 minutes of the game, Arsenal trying to get one back here, but unfortunately couldn't do so. And we continue on in the 88th minute. Aubameyang tries to put it through, but Alfie Mawson took a chunk out of the man from Gabon, and Mawson gets a red card in the last few minutes here, but it wouldn't matter in the end, as it was only the red card in the last 2 minutes. Shokhtar Mustafi ended up hitting the post there and couldn't get a goal back for Arsenal. We end up taking the 3 points back to Craven Cottage. We get the 3-1 victory away at Arsenal, one of our best performances of the season, one of our best games of the season, and that was Gibbs White's debut as well. Valverde in the midfield, absolute masterclass from the lads. And we continue on in the FA Cup, actually, round 3 action against Morecambe, League 2 side. And we also are in January at the moment, so more signings and sellings to come for the club as we continue on. The Emirates FA Cup, we're taking the away trip to Morecambe, and we end up getting the 2-1 victory. Martinez and Vieto, it's a similar story on the score sheet yet again. We continue on, we get a loan offer for Mitrovic. It's a laughable offer, really. He's been one of our best players this season. Alexander Mitrovic, he's going nowhere. We block all offers, but a man I was considering selling, it's Cyrus Christie from Ireland, the 72 rated right back. We got a onslaught of right backs at the club at the moment, so we don't really need him. I wanted to raise a few funds in order to make a signing this transfer window as we enter some more cup action. This time it's the Carabao Cup away at Ipswich, and we get a goal here from Martinez. The Venezuelan has been consistent with his goals this season, and he's provided one there to get us the victory into the next round. As we continue on, we get the confirmation that Christie has been sold to River Plate. He's off to Argentina. We get the confirmation through that little cutscene, but also in our email. He's off for 3.1 million. We end up getting 2.4 million in the transfer budget, and we can only make 1 or 2 signings with that. Not really any major signings, I guess, but we were after the striker from Hamburg, the German Wonderkid. It's Jan Fiat Arp, a man that I haven't tried out yet in FIFA 19, and I feel like we need an extra backup striker, as we have a lot of games coming up in this, in this season, and we need a lot of rotational players. And I feel like Arp, with his price and with his talent as well, is a very decent player to get a hold of in this career mode as we continue on in this season. I ended up simulating the second half of January. We ended up losing to Spurs, but also winning against Blackburn in the FA Cup, as we attempt to finalise a deal for Arp. The German striker slash left midfielder, the 19-year-old, has accepted his contract. All we have to do is accept it. It's going to be a 5-year contract for the man, 16.5k a week, and that is him in his Fulham jersey, ready to take London by storm and Craven Cottage by storm. Hopefully can bag us a few important goals this season. We only got him for 2.7 million, so it was a very cheap signing, knowing that he can grow as well and be a decent backup striker for us. Number 18 for him, he is going to be coming in a few cup games, maybe a few Premier League games here and there, because I feel like only having 3 strikers in a 2-striker formation, always there's one game where, there's one striker on low stamina or something like that, and I want to avoid as many injuries and suspensions as possible as we continue through deadline day. We just simulate pass, no business really, no major business being done, but Arp is going to be a crucial player in terms of striker rotation this season. We're going to take a quick glance at the Premier League table. Spurs have gone up to top spot there with 47 points. We are still in and amongst it there with 44. Wolves dropped down to 3rd with 41, and Arsenal, the team we beat at the Emirates 3-1, down in 4th in 37th. Burnley and West Ham having surprisingly good seasons. Chelsea are outside. Liverpool and Manchester United are further down the table than you'd expect, as well as Manchester City having a little relegation battle on their hands. As you can see there, the Merseyside club's not doing too well. This career mode save in general has just been crazy. I mean, Wolves and Fulham fighting it out for the Premier League title. It's just crazy to see. Only in FIFA 19 career mode that stuff can happen. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to slap a like on the video, subscribe for some more FIFA 19 career mode content, and for the Saving Fulham career mode, follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description. I've been BCHD. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the very next video.